What's up, guys? It's Skip in the garden. It's been a little while, so I just wanted to do a full garden tour. This one's going to take a little bit while longer. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail with everything. I want to get your guys' comments below. Tell me what you do differently, what you like about what I'm doing, what you do, your methods. I want to hear it all. I just want to preface this with the fact that I am not a professional like you see on YouTube. I am just a hobbyist that loves doing this. I learned everything that I know from most of the communities online and stuff, so I want to get one going here, guys. Let's get down in the comments and let's go do a full tour. Come on. All right, starting where we normally start. We got our herbs over here. Lettuce starting to get a little bit bitter, but still eating it. We have a new container garden that you guys haven't seen yet. We had a bunch of extra tomatoes. Put those in here. Cherry on the left, brandywine here on the right. And then we got some snacking peppers, because we can never have enough peppers. And we got some onions in pots here because we didn't have any room in the ground. Going on to the entrance here, we got all of our potatoes in bags there. It seemed like they might be struggling just a little bit. Not sure what's hitting them, but I just sprayed them, so hopefully they bounce back a little bit. Pole beans, hopefully gonna make our entrance nice and green again. We still got some peas hanging on here. This one pea just wanted to shoot straight up, and I wish the rest of them did that. The entrance would look beautiful, but just one of them did it. Oh well. Our greens bed here, Swiss chard, continuously producing delicious greens. We have our bush beans in around it, maybe a little too densely packed, but once we cut the chard out, the bush beans should have plenty of room to thrive. Our lettuce going to seed. We're going to save some seeds for next year. We like those varieties. 3 different varieties of zucchini in here. You can see they're all starting to bounce out. We have our Johnny's Select Seeds hybrid over here. If you see that kind of coloration on your zucchini, that is not powdery mildew, that is just your variety of zucchini. And a good way to tell that is just look at its neighbor that doesn't have those variations, and they're looking beautiful. And then we have Italian striped here from MI Gardener and gray from MI Gardener. We had our radishes in here. Once we pulled those out, we had plenty of room for our zucchini. Kale, still producing, still delicious. Trying to keep the worms off of those. Peppers that I think I mulched a little too hard and cooled the soil down, but the soil is definitely warming up, so they're starting to bounce out. Might top these guys. I think a lot of them are looking like they're topping themselves, which I really like this shishito variety for that. Nice and bushy plants. Going to be lots of peppers off those. The broccoli, we've harvested a head off of all of these, but they are starting to give us some side shoots, which is bolting, because broccoli is a cool weather crop, but we'll see how it tastes still. I'll eat that. Over onto our cucumber bed, which just looks amazing with the trellis system. You got some pickles starting to come out here. We've already gotten a couple pickles, and then it's going to be daily now. Pretty much every day, these guys are going to have some pickled cucumbers on it. We have a lemon cucumber in the middle here, and then a slicing cucumber on the end here, which are just starting to flower. I might pinch off some of those flowers closer to the bottom. Drop down in the comments what you think I should do, what you would do. This was just a volunteer pea. We're letting the pods fill up. There are nice and delicious peas inside of there. Don't even know what variety it was. It's a nice little volunteer. I just sprayed this guy, so it's not looking too great, but that's a cannabis plant. A couple of them here. This is our pumpkins and melons. There's a few extra zucchinis in there. If anyone wants those, hit me up. But the pumpkin and zucchini are going to go into this strawberry bed now that it's done producing. It's its 5th year. We're just going to compost all those greens. We've got an ever-bearing bed there. This was June bearing. Getting rid of this bed. Gonna put some pumpkins and melons in here, let them grow out into the corn patch, trellis the melons, should be fun. Tomato bed over here with its marigolds and basil. Basil's looking good, probably gonna top that pretty soon, let it bush out a little bit. Marigolds need a little deadheading, they're on their 2nd or 3rd bloom. Come in here and do that pretty soon. My Napa cabbage is sacrificial at this point, I believe, so I'll probably be feeding that to my worm bin. If you have a worm bin, drop it down in the comments what you feed them. I need to know. This bed that we just put new strawberries in was a wildflower bed last year, so we have a couple more popping up. We're just letting them go. We like flowers. A little volunteer tomato. No idea what kind of variety. We did not grow tomatoes here last year, so must have been a bird dropping a seed for us. This is Bequino and Shishito peppers. They are bushing themselves out. I haven't topped these once, but they are fully, I don't know if you can see that in there. They topped themselves 3 times so far. So they are nice bushy plants, just all on their own. Looking forward to a lot of production out of this bed. This bed I have been growing cover crop in, chopping and dropping it, just letting the green manure feed the soil, and it is clearly thriving and healthy. It's one of my favorite beds. Then we got some blueberries on the fence line here. Gonna have to net these soon for the birds. Starting to ripen up. I'll show you that last plant over there. That's my favorite one. The cornfield that I said I was gonna let the pumpkins and melons grow into is growing probably about an inch or 2 a day at this point. I got 2 plants in that one there. Gotta kill the weaker one, kill the smaller one. I've done that in just about every other hole, but I just wanted to show you guys one. When you put a couple seeds in each hole, you'll guarantee germination. I had squirrels or mice or something digging them up pretty well, so there are a few of these that are transplanted in here. But other than that, direct sowed, you put 2 in a hole, you'll pretty much guaranteed to get at least 1. All right, let's go out of the garden because there is 1 blueberry plant that's not in here. That is just producing for us. We thought this one was almost dead this year, but did a little bit of amending to the soil, fed it with some liquid feed a couple times, and we're looking good. So I'm gonna pull these blueberries off and throw some net on it. A few more things over here that I want to get a conversation going about. I have my compost bin that I just finished building. I want to get this pile full, but it's kind of hard in the middle of summer to get all the stuff you want to fill it. But I've got it about 2 feet high right now. It is about 3.5 by 3.5 width and length. But it's getting up to temp. I just got to turn it right now. Making some compost here, hopefully some really nice compost. And then last but not least, I have a stinging nettle ferment that I have going in here. It smells absolutely horrific, but it's supposed to be really good for my plants. That's been going for about, I'd say 10 or 12 days at this point. Give it another 10 or 12 days and water it in at a dilution rate of 1 to 10 with water. And it is free fertilizer that I made right from stinging nettle that I wanted to pull out of the ground anyway. So what are you guys feeding your plants with? What are you guys spraying your plants with? Are you just letting nature do its thing? How's your garden looking at this point? Let's have a conversation, guys. Look forward to talking to you in the comments. We'll see you soon. All right, guys, if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you for your interest in gardening. Thank you for your interest in my garden. Let's create a community down in the comments below. And as always, take care of yourselves. And if you can, someone else too. I got some blueberries to put some netting on. See you guys later.